Welcome back to the Guardware Knowledge Base. This video covers investigation and remediation in Discover. After a scan completes and you have reviewed your findings in Results, investigation lets you download files for a closer look outside the management console, while remediation lets you act on them. Let us walk through both. Before doing either, two things need to be in place, depending on what you plan to do. If you plan to investigate files, you need an investigation password set up. Navigate to Organization. Then set up Secure Location. And scroll down to Investigation Password. You can enter your own password or generate one automatically. To view the current password at any time, click the eye icon. If you have two-factor authentication set up, you will be prompted for your authenticator code. If not, you will be prompted to set it up at this point. This password is what protects the contents inside the zip file that gets downloaded when you perform an investigation. If you plan to move or copy sensitive files to a secure location during remediation, you need to configure a secure location first. A secure location is a designated storage area on a device where files are moved or copied to, keeping them in a controlled environment separate from their original location. How you configure it depends on whether Discover has already discovered the target device. If the device has not yet been discovered, navigate to Organization. Then set up Secure Location. In Target Type, select New. Enter the exact hostname of the device in Target Name. This must match the device's computer name. Next, select the connection protocol. WinRM for Windows devices and SSH for Windows or non-Windows devices. Enter the credentials for an account with access to the device. For local accounts, use the username only. For Azure Active Directory accounts, use the full email address. And for domain accounts, use domain/username, then enter the password. In the Secure Folder Path field, enter the full destination path where files should be stored, for example C:\secure location, then click Save. Once saved, Guardware will attempt to connect to the location and give an active status after the secure location is ready. If the device has already been discovered, the process is simpler. Navigate to Organization. Then set up Secure Location. In Target Type, select Discovered. Then choose the device from the Target Name dropdown. If no devices appear, it has not yet been discovered, so either run a target discovery scan first or use the new device method instead. Enter the destination path in Secure Folder Path and click Save. Guardware will validate the path and confirm the location is accessible. If you plan to use either of the email remediation methods, you also need to configure an email address for the secure location. On the Secure Location page, enter the destination email address where remediated files will be sent. And set the maximum email attachment size. This tells the system to scan only files up to this size. After configuring, click Save. That said, investigation is not a required step before remediation. If you are already confident in your findings from Results, you can go straight to remediating them. To create an investigation, navigate to Discover, then Investigation and click New Investigation. Enter a unique name for the investigation and add a short description, then click Create. Alternatively, you can create one on the spot directly from the Results page by typing a new name into the Investigation dropdown and pressing Enter, without needing to come here first. To add files to an investigation, go to Results. Select the entries you want to review and click Investigate. A dropdown appears where you can select an existing or create a new investigation. Add an optional comment to give the investigation some context, then click Investigate. The selected files are packaged and downloaded to your device as a zip file, protected with the investigation password you configured earlier. Remediation is where you take action on sensitive files discovered during a scan. Before getting into the steps, it is important to understand how this works. Remediation actions are initiated from the Results page. whereas the remediation page under Discover is a status and history view that shows everything that has already been done across your environment. It is not where you start the process. To remediate, go to Results. Select one or more file entries and click Remediate. A drop-down appears where you choose the action to take. Move permanently relocates the file from its original location to the configured secure location. Once moved, the file is no longer accessible from where it originally was. Selecting Classify lets you apply a classification label to the file rather than moving, copying, or deleting it. Once selected, choose a classify method. Classify using data type applies the classification label already associated with that data type to the chosen file or files automatically. Classify using lets you apply a manually created classification or an MIP classification directly instead. Opening a further dropdown where you choose the specific label to apply. Both of these depend on setup done in data governance. If a data type has no classification assigned yet, or if you need to choose whether manual or MIP classifications appear in that second dropdown, this is configured under Data Governance, in the Data Type and Data Classification sections. Use Classify when the file's sensitivity needs to be documented or flagged for downstream handling, without relocating or removing it from its current location. Copy creates a duplicate of the file in the secure location, while leaving the original in place. Use this when you need a secured copy available for reviewing, but are not yet ready to remove the original file. Delete permanently removes the file from the device. This action cannot be undone, so use it only when you are certain the file has no legitimate business purpose and needs to be destroyed. Selecting Send Email to Data Owner notifies the person assigned as the data owner. This is the person accountable for that category of sensitive data across the organization, not necessarily the person who created or owns the file itself. Use this when the responsible party needs to be made aware that their data type has been found somewhere unexpected. Send Email to End User notifies the file owner or the user associated with the device where the file was found. Use this when the person who has the file needs to be informed directly or asked to take action themselves. Send Copy to Secure Location by email sends a copy of the file as an email attachment to the secure location email address you configured, while leaving the original file in place. Use this when the file needs to be shared to a controlled inbox for review without removing it from its source. Send to Secure Location by email and delete original sends the file as an email attachment to the secure location email address and removes it from its original location. Use this when the file needs to be both delivered to a controlled inbox and taken out of its current environment at the same time. After selecting an action, add an optional comment to provide context or notes for the record. Then click Remediate to execute. To track what has been done, navigate to Discover. Then Remediation. The page displays all remediated files across all scans, grouped by target type. Select a category to view the relevant listings, and use the filters at the top to narrow down by date range, action type, scan name, classification, or data type. For each entry, you can see the scan name and date, the file name, its folder path, the file owner, the target name, the data types detected, the current remediation status, the action that was taken, who performed it when it was performed, and any comments added during prior investigation or remediation steps. To get a complete overview of Guardware and its features, visit the documentation site at docs.guardware.com.